founders, when they're building their company, have a really good nose for what is good, what is bad, and that flows everything from like the domain, but how the company should be run, and all those sorts of things. And in fact, I heard a podcast with Owen McCabe from Intercom, who famously left Intercom and then went back, and it was all about how he kind of was like had this kind of renewed confidence of like this is how I want my company to be run, and it was a sort of like I guess like an extreme version of founder mode, and super smart guy, but yeah, I think we've made mistakes in the past with this, which is like especially in like domains that we are not familiar with, which is like sales, for example. Like we're all technical by background, right? We've never done sales, and so we hired a sales leader, and we were like, "This is great. This is your ship now. Good luck." And we were like, watch the results, and then things didn't work out, and it wasn't in a good shape, and then suddenly you're like, well, there's a lot of things that are happening here that I actually have like a good opinion on, and I don't need to be a sales leader, I don't need to be an expert to have an opinion on it, or at least to be able to be involved in sort of teasing at the discussions and things there. And I think it's sort of like, I don't know, my view of this is like a sort of a bit like trust but verify type thing. And I think as a founder who is like ultimately, I see my job as like ultimately responsible for making sure that everyone at this company does phenomenally well in the long run, which is like, and that we build a great product and do all those sorts of things. And I think that sort of earns you the right to go in and be able to go and talk to anyone without it feeling like you're overstepping a mark, or you've had to delegate a certain function to someone, or like, hey, you're the CPO, so a CPO should only really interact at this level, but like I comfortably will go and sit with an engineer or a designer on a Figma file for a whole time, and like all of this is a slightly moot because we're like an 80-person company, and so you don't have to have big divisions and stuff. But I will absolutely look to retain, I think, a lot of that involvement as we grow, and so that's I basically buy it. I don't want to get to a world where it is like black boxes for different parts of the org. I want to be in the weeds as much as reasonably possible.